You know, I guess, I go on my rants, I can't help it. But if I were to share one on media, is this would be specifically for the person who's either in treatment, in a halfway, or thinking about going into treatment. What you're feeling right now is natural. What you're feeling right now is normal. The anger, the fear. Let's be honest. And I'm off the clock, so I'm gonna say it in my words. I'm gonna say it from my stance. It might not sit well, but that's okay. We've learned how to survive through manipulation, taking emotional hostages, and ransoming ourselves for safety. It's validating, right? It's pushing the person to the point of hurting to prove that they love us. And we might have pushed everybody away. Right now, things are feeling very unstable, or unknown, or scared. But when we look at the reality of it, you're doing the right thing. Because you've put down your weapons, you've put down your tools in which have gotten you this far. At one point, they had value. Let's not discredit that, because you're alive today. You've dealt with your traumas. You've dealt with emotional pain the only way we knew how, the only thing we were exposed to. But now we know more, and we know that there's a different life and there's a better way of life out there. That's the truth. But having that blind faith that it's going to work for us, while one, exposing what we feel that we've hid, addressing things now that bring it to reality, and it's uncomfortable, and we're going to find ways to sabotage this. What I mean by sabotage is if things aren't going out or going 100% the way that we feel it should be, we're gonna pull a fit. We're gonna get angry, and we're easily gonna want to go back to the original way that we were living, out of convenience. And so what I want to rant about or encourage you is continue doing this uncomfortable journey, because at the end of this is a brand new result. What we think we're not capable of, we start proving to ourselves we're capable. The fear of who am I without drugs and alcohol, the fear of how do I exist or how do I cope without drugs and alcohol, it's natural to think that. But we start learning we can. And life isn't boring. It's not a punishment when we put the substances down. It's not. It feels like it is, but it's not. All of a sudden, our insecurities start to be muted because the false narrative and false beliefs aren't supported. It's easier, I don't want to say easier, but it's comfortable to isolate and to hate ourselves or go off of the karma theory where I'm getting what I deserve, which keeps us stuck in pain, because now we're the judge and the jury and executioner all the time, so we punish ourselves accordingly. But if we could treat ourselves in the manner we can give others forgiveness, in the manner we can give others that leeway and gentle thought, we can start understanding this punishment is not fitting. Your last mistake doesn't define your whole life. Your last moment of bad choice does not dictate the rest of the years you have left on this earth. Unfortunately, I want to say unfortunately, because we still have to wake up. Difference is the day going to greet us, or are we instantly going to battle the day? It sounds unkind, but we talk about the victim mentality. Look, we've all been through stuff, not to minimize. I'm not saying what you have been through wasn't impactful or hurtful. But the difference is a victim wants validation on the pain. We just want people to say, yes, what you're going through or what you went through did hurt and it did suck. But there's no solution at that. When we take on a survivor mentality, now we're looking for solutions. Yes, I survived it. Okay? There's silver lining in it. It might have, as I've heard many of times, it made me who I am. And let's stay on that thought, because the concept of embracing the old with the new is going to be powerful. It made you who you are, and you've accepted this characteristic of things. Let's challenge that for a moment, because who you are, it might not be your best self. Giving yourself the permission to become the best self is going to be a gift that you'll forever be thankful for moving into the new years or new days. Not selling ourselves short for I am who I am and this is all I can be, because that's not the truth. We've survived and we have tangible evidence that isolation, self-medication has allowed us to cope, and it had value then. But it doesn't have the same value now because we've evolved. We've realized that we were reacting in a trauma response, and the trauma responses bring us into a place of fight or flight. Fight or flight helped us maneuver and navigate through hard moments just to be able to exist. And guess what? Existing isn't all you were meant for. Thriving, being an inspiration to others, taking these catastrophic life events and turning them into stories, testimonies, education for others, to pave the way for others to get well. Stop taking yourself emotionally hostage. Quit ransoming your safety and your well-being so simply forfeited over the concept of feeling uncomfortable, of the unknown. You know, if you're in a facility and there's minor hiccups or incongruencies or miscommunication, lighten up. Everybody's human. Just because we decided to get help now doesn't mean it has to be at 100% at every step of the way, or else we leave. No, that's going back to what you feel is your comfort or your superpower. Going back to the streets, going back to the chaos, hiding from our traumas, hiding or getting away the only way we know how from our pains. Challenge it. Look, the whole life is always waiting. It's always waiting. You can make the decision now. You can make the decision a year from now. You can make the decision a month from now. But where you're at right now in getting help, that might not always be there. Let's be honest. Look at what needs to be in place in order for you to get help. Insurance, money, time, and being alive. I mean, at the rate people right now are overdosing and dying, how are we going to act surprised that we might not have another recovery? That we're not going to have another chance to get this right? So get real with yourself. Let's give you credit for this moment of saying, yeah, what I've done, it helped. What I've done, the way I survived, it helped. I don't want to survive like that anymore. Love yourself. I'm not trying to be cute, friendly. I'm sick of seeing people die. You know, I walk in this area, it's my prayer spot. Yeah, I'm sweaty. I'll go on camera sweaty, I don't care. Because I'm sick of people buying into fake messengers. Just because they have a Lamborghini, the Corvette, good suit, all of a sudden they have authority. All of a sudden they're role models. Look at the message, not the messenger. You know, looking at the messenger gives us permission to hold false sense of control and cherry pick the help that we're getting when we don't even understand the help we need. So you don't idolize anybody. Just look at the messages and grab every message that someone's willing to give you as that life-changing moment. So take the sweaty guy, listen to the words, not the person. Look, what you're doing right now is worth it. What you're feeling right now may suck, but it's all temporary. All seasons are temporary. The good, the bad, the unknown, the unfamiliar, it's all temporary. What's unfamiliar comes familiar. The things that we were fearful of and insecure about become our strengths because we gave it time and got familiar with it. You know, so slow down. Give yourself the moment to fight for yourself. Prove me wrong. Redefine the statistics and odds after you watch this video, because you're not a statistic and you're not odds. You have the ability right now to stop punishing yourself and allowing yourself a life to live and not just to exist.